forbid, you should be someone who stands up and say, hey, hold on here. I'm actually looking at the data and I'm coming to a different conclusion. That's what we should be doing. To find the best pathway, we need to do as many studies as possible over a long period of time and not trust anybody who is in with the politicians or the media. Now, Judy from Casper is on the line, but here's the problem, Judy. I'm running right into news time. So you can hang on through the news break, or you can call back after the news break. Either way is fine with me. I'll take your call. Time, it's Wake Up Wyoming. Off we go to talk to Judy and Casper. Are you still there, Judy?
Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you for waiting through all of that. What you got?
We're going to have a meeting on the 6th of December. The Board of County Commissioners is about to pass a land use plan that in the beginning it was just a mountain land use plan, but it's turned into a county thing now. And some of the things that they're having in this, I'm headed down to the courthouse now to pick up their newest edition of the land use plan for Natrona County. And I suspect, since the little birdie told me that they're trying to figure out a way around the grandfathering use of land and change the wording. You know how those progressives are. This word doesn't mean that. So we're putting on our suit of armor, and I'm asking Natrona County to come out and support us in stopping some of this infringement on our land use right on December 6th at 5:30 p.m., third floor of the old county courthouse.
All right, date and time that they're meeting there?
5:30, and it's at the old courthouse. I think it's like 200 North Center Street.
Okay. Is that today?
It's the third floor.
Today?
No,
Okay.
December 6th.
Okay, December 6th. All right.
Yeah, December 6th, 5:30. And this is so we get our input on it, because I have a feeling they're going to pass it as is, and it's going to make, like, having ski cans, you have to get a permit for. They're trying to get around the grandfathering again. They're trying to, basically, more control of your land use. And this is exactly what I went through with them 12 years ago and had to, pretty much step on them over this. And they brought these guys in from Colorado and paid them $230,000 to come up with a cookie-cutter land use plan that's being used all over the country. So that's what I'm saying, is we need to get together, everybody in Natrona County, and we need to go through this. I'm going to go get about 50 copies of it, and I'll have them at the meeting. But if you want one, all you have to do is get on Facebook and find my name, Judy Jones, and I'll make sure you get a copy before December 6th, so that if there's something in there that you don't like, that you can be able to voice that on December 6th.
All right. Keep me posted.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hey, and you know what? Maybe this will help get people involved again.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, these meetings always need to be full.
Yes, they always need to be full. And you're kind of one of the people that, when I started this 12 years ago, that's how long I've known you already. You said don't complain unless you want to show up to the meeting.
Yeah.
It's
all about showing up, and not just showing up once. This is, if you're really, I keep hearing from people, oh, you got to go save America. Absolutely. Well, then you got to get into the fight and you got to stay in it.
You got to stay in it. That's exactly correct. So I'm calling all Natrona County patriots, step up to the plate. They're trying to destroy our land use, and we need to stop them.
All right. Thank you, Judy.
Thanks, Glenn.
So, yeah, I didn't have to hit any sound effects that time around, or the dump button. She was pretty good on that. One thing I never have understood, I caught that what she had said again, was they want this land use plan, and this is one that is typical for around the nation. A lot of other counties have a plan like the one she's talking about. So in order to maybe consider it and implement it here, they spend about $200,000 to, they get the plan and then spend about $200,000 to do a local study. And I'm someone who's constantly ragging about local studies that don't need to be done.
It is a Wednesday, and over the hump we go. Today's show is set in how high the planes can get. Brass. Off we go back to the phones. 888-97 Woods the phone number. That's 888-97-WOODS. You can talk about what I'm talking about. Change the subject. Fine by me. Off to Mills, Wyoming. Hey, Jude.
Hey, we did that planning and zoning meeting last night for the solar farm proposal out by my other place.
Okay.
And I wanted to thank everybody that came in because we had the room full. We had it full. And everybody had a new point to put up on the chopping block there. Water, fire suppression, traffic on the roads, things like that. All three of my other neighbors voted against it as well, said no. In fact, the only ones that voted for was the landowner that's wanting the solar farm and the company man that wants to put it in. Well, we got some pretty good information out of it. I mean, just by asking questions. We didn't know well, Jeanette Ward found where this company, what's it called, Infinity, they're 40% owned by Japanese companies. And you know how we feel about foreigners owning anything on our land. Anyway, we got a hold of the proposal. It was 533 pages. Rose and I went through it till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we worked up some good bullet points. What got me a little upset is I couldn't believe it. You know how I fight for that 5-minute rule when you go to a meeting?
Right.
Al Hutchinson has planning and zoning at 3 minutes. You can't even go pee in 3 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to talk to the commissioners about it. If I have to, I'll file a formal complaint. But we got it tabled. And I got them to put it on the website where people can download it or read it in PDF form. They should have done that to begin with before they even entertain the idea of passing this. And we can go back to the same 2022 land use plan that was adopted illegally, and they played with it then too on this. The gravel pit, you know what I mean? Some of this stuff is just too hokey to even say differently than it was a planned attack. Anyway, we were talking about the Goldeneye Reservoir. It's only 4.5 miles away.
Right.
Casper Creek runs right through it. But I wanted to tell you, everybody did a good job. You know, when Dana and I applied for our auto reduction yard out there, we had to drain all the oil out of his cars and trucks. We had to get rid of all the batteries. And then we had to turn around and scrape the ground and put up a berm.
Right.
And I said, you're going to let this one come in? That's not right.
Right. Well, I'm glad you guys got that thing tabled. Does anything happen after this, or is it done?
No, it's just tabled until November,
Okay.
what is it, 15th or 12th?
Okay.
The 12th. And then it'll be another meeting of that, and we'll present some more stuff that we find, and then it will go to county commissioners if it passes out of zoning.
Okay.
And we're going to try to stop it in the zoning stages because nobody out there wants it. People spoke loud and clear, person after person after person came up with all the thousands of reasons we don't need a huge solar farm 24 miles from any way to suppress fires.
Right.
And that even if a water truck could get there, you can't put out lithium batteries with water.
Right. Now, on that note, I just sent you something on your Facebook Messenger. So I came across a story yesterday, and then I did a little bit more research and did a post about it today. So there was a big solar farm in Oregon, 33,000 panels, and it was starting grass fires.
Yep.
And the story will explain why it was starting grass fires. Okay. And then I started to wonder, well, what about wind farms? Do they start fires? Well, yes, and I came up with a whole list of ways that wind farms will start fires as well. And one of the suggestions by a wind turbine manufacturer, which I thought was really funny, was they suggest that you don't put wind turbines up in a dry environment that has a lot of tall grass and is windy.
Well, gee, I wonder why they're in Wyoming.
Yeah,
then.
exactly, yeah. So anyway, that story, the stories that I sent you is about the wind turbines, but there's a link in there about the solar panels as well. Yeah.
On the K2 page, I was going to read it. You know, one thing about all of this is Poison Reservoir. Now they're going to have to get water from somewhere because that's how they defrost. Is they use antifreeze. None of the planners knew that. None of the planners had actually read this 533 monstrosity yet. So how can you pass something if you haven't read it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you're supposed to, like Nancy Pelosi said, you have to pass it in order to find out what's in it.
Yeah, exactly. But Rose did a great presentation. I get a little wiggy, you know me. And I walked up to the screen and I said, you see that? The solar farm here? That's my house right there.
Yeah.
And then the next neighbor tells them, well, my house is next to it over here. And then, so we've got them, all four of us around that place that is not in favor of this.
Okay.
So I think we may have a chance of beating this and getting it killed because nobody wants to look at solar farms.
Right.
You know, we got out there. What about our wells? Where's the water going to be discharged to? It's going to go in our aquifer, or it's going to end up in Seminole. What is it?
Goldeneye.
Oh, say it. Goldeneye Reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever seen what solar farms expel, I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
It is some of the gunkiest stuff you ever saw. We can't let that go into our water system.
Okay.
Ultimately, the Platte River. And ultimately, the Platte River.
Right now, do you want to switch gears as you're taking a live?
This is satellite TV out at my Natrona property. I'm wondering how much of this solar farm is going to interfere with not only my television, my phone, my husband's ham radio, my computer, my life alert, because of the electromagnetic pulse that comes off of it. I'm not happy. Today's date, December 1st, 2024. Judy Jones, 28 miles west of Casper.